This game had everything. This was game of the year. This game had everything you needed. If you guys wanted a drama-packed game, well, this game had it. The penalties. If you guys wanted two generational players matching up, the past and the future, this game had it. If you wanted a great tactical battle between two teams, this game had it. This game had everything for me, and what a match that was. What a match that was. The Nations League is slowly building up some credibility. Over the last, few cycles of the Nations League, I haven't been really too connected to it. I haven't been paying attention like I did this time. Because this time, honestly, the Nations League edition was incredible. I feel like every team was fighting to its last breath. And this game as well. I mean, after Spain lost, you saw they were emotionally destroyed. And Portugal as well. Ronaldo crying. Obviously, Ronaldo, you see a lot of times he does cry. But this means a lot to him. This means a lot to him. This trophy meant a lot to him. And it was just great to see him win that. As I said, this game had everything. It had an all-time performance from Nuno Mendes as well. The shift this guy put on, unbelievable, incredible. I've never seen Lamine Yamal being shut down like this. Never. There's some games maybe against Benfica where he wasn't as good, but this game he was completely shut down. Completely. Nuno Mendes locked this guy up. Lamine Yamal is in jail somewhere. I don't think the hate Lamine gets right now is warranted as well, though, because this guy's 17. You guys have to remember, this guy's 17, but this time we have to admit, Nuno Mendes completely locked this guy up. And he's not the only victim. He's not the only victim. Nuno Mendes has locked up probably every single right winger in the world. Every single one. And not only defensively is this guy incredible. Offensively, involved in both goals. Great penalty. He had a complete performance. And honestly, I don't think Spain played bad at all. I think both teams had their moments. But the issue with Spain was their subs did not match up to the intensity of Portugal's subs. Not at all. Roberto Martinez honestly got a lot of criticism over the past Euros and also these last couple games for Portugal, but for me today the tactical changes perfect, and he completely dominated De La Fuente tactically. Completely. De La Fuente's changes, some of them I didn't like at all. Like Morata, as soon as he came to the game, I knew he's gonna miss that penalty. By the way, I think most people knew Morata stepping up, he's about to miss that penalty. I think he set up that team pretty well in the first half, but in the second half I think Portugal gained some momentum, to be honest. I know Spain had most of the ball, but Portugal on the counter, they look pretty dangerous. And again, I've been saying Nations League has gained some aura. This Nations League tournament is going to look different in a couple of years, in a couple decades, I would say. It's going to gain a lot more prestige. And I think this edition's tournament helped that a lot. Yamin versus Ronaldo in that final, even the semifinals they cooked. I think this is a very important tournament for years to come, because I would rather see this than friendlies, to be honest. I don't know about you guys, but friendlies, they're pointless. Having the Nations League there is a lot more important, and it helps the international break be a lot more exciting, and it helps these nations play in big tournaments so they can be better in a World Cup or in a Euros. For example, I think Portugal, this was so important for them. I think this was extremely important for them to win this tournament, because in the World Cup, now they have momentum. Now they have some sort of identity. Martinez knows who to count on for the World Cup now. This was important. This was very important, and I hope Portugal use this momentum to be effective in the World Cup and to have one last run for Ronaldo. And speaking of Ronaldo, 40 years old. You guys could say whatever about Ronaldo as you like. You could say whatever. You could say he's old. You could say he's washed. That doesn't matter. But Ronaldo at 40, he's on a different level than other 40-year-olds. This guy's a once-in-a-lifetime player. We've never seen a 40-year-old play at this level. You guys can name some. I don't know. I've never seen a 40-year-old at this level. Ronaldo's game at this point should not be over-analyzed. Like, we all know what he is at this point. He's a guy who you feed to the box, he makes some great movements, and he scores. That's it. Should not be overcomplicated. He's not a guy who can run the whole game. He's not a guy who can dribble past 3-4 guys. This version of Ronaldo, he can't do everything. But you see how effective he is. Even sometimes he comes and he plays like a false nine, finds some space, and he helps with distribution to the wing. A lot of times I saw him collect the ball deep and then give it to Neto. A lot of times he would come and press. He would press better than Mbappe, bro. I've been watching Mbappe the whole season for Real Madrid. Ronaldo was pressing better than Mbappe. He took the ball once or twice from Lamine Yamal. Like, Ronaldo, impressive. And also, he was playing with an injury. What he did tonight, he deserves to cry. A lot of people hating on him for crying. He deserves to cry, because playing with injury and putting up this type of performance, huge credit. And that goal, just a little nudge to Cucurella and a great finish. A lot of fans, and even Portugal fans, they were clamoring on dropping Ronaldo from the starting 11. But who else can you put in? Realistically, listen, I would completely understand if Portugal had a generational striker waiting on the bench, but Ronaldo was limiting him from reaching that potential for the national team, or Ronaldo was just occupying that position and doing horrible in it. But Ronaldo is still so effective. The amount of goals he had in the Nations League, unbelievable. The semi-final goal, you could say it's a tap-in, but this guy's in the right position. This guy's always in the right position. His mentality alone can help teams, get over the hump. And the sad thing is, this generation of Portugal is playing with this 4-year-old Ronaldo. If Ronaldo was at his prime with this Portugal team, it would be unfair. It would honestly be unfair, and I think that's why it wasn't given to us. It would just be unfair. Ronaldo in his prime with this team, they would go on to maybe win a World Cup or two. I'm not even joking around. This Portugal team need that prime Ronaldo. Obviously, he's not there. He's not at his prime. There's no secret about it. But still, Ronaldo is still very effective, and I'm happy with how some of these players in the Portugal team are developing. Nuno Mendes, developing into incredible fullback, the best fullback in the world. I thought today, Rafael Leão, huge credit to him. The way he stepped up off the bench, you had games where, sometimes Martinez wouldn't trust him. The Germany game, for example, he didn't play a single second. But today, comes off the bench, and the cameo he had, very impressive, and I think a lot of teams should look at that. A lot of teams should look at Rafael Leão as their next left winger, because for Milan, obviously, I think he's losing interest. He needs a change of scenery in order to motivate him, because a lot of times I watch from Milan, this guy's not motivated. He's not motivated in tracking back. Tonight, I saw a different version of Rafael Leão, and his dribbling, unbelievable. For sure, one of the best dribblers in the world. Him and Nuno Mendes off that left side, just contagious, so dangerous. I thought Portugal's defense as well, very good. Vega, a guy who came off the bench as well, gave them a huge boost. Ruben Dias had a pretty good game. For a lot of times for Portugal, Ruben Dias isn't that good, but we've seen these last 2 Nations League games, very good. Semedo off the bench, so effective. A guy whose reputation honestly was ruined. But Nelson Semedo, these past 2 games, incredible for Portugal. The guy is locking down every left winger. I think he should start going forward. João Neves had a horrible game, but he's not a right back, guys. He's not a right back, honestly. Nico Williams was cooking him, but he's not a right back at all. He needs to play midfield with Vitinha, or Ruben Neves needs to play there, because Ruben Neves had a very good performance off the bench. And I mentioned just 4 guys off the bench right now. That's what showed that Roberto Martinez got the best of De La Fuente. The subs he brought on, all of them made impacts. All of them made great impacts. The semifinals, Conceição made a great impact. He's a guy who's proving that he's not horrible tactically. A lot of people might look at him as a horrible tactician, but Roberto Martinez is not bad tactically, and I can see the players are behind him. Like him and Ronaldo, the way they're hugging, like, you can see there's a relationship there, and it's just not, and you can see there's no toxicity in this Portugal team at the moment. They're all very together. That's what you need, and sometimes that's bigger than tactics. Let's look at the first half. I mean, it started off with Spain dominating. Spain was dominating. Zubamendi gets the first goal from, again, João Neves didn't play the best game. That clearance was so soft, and it went straight to Zubamendi. All created by Lamine Yamal. To be honest, all that was created by Lamine Yamal with his cross. Beautiful cross in. Portugal scrambling to take care of it, but eventually it went right to Zubamendi, who today, incredible performance. Zubamendi, wow. And I think every club should be after that. Arsenal apparently have something agreed, but it's gone really quiet over the past few weeks. I won't be surprised if Real Madrid comes in and scoops in for Zubamendi, because today, the performance he had was very commanding. I wonder what's going to happen when Rodri comes back. That midfield, it's already so nice. The Spain midfield is already so nice with Zubamendi, Pedri, and Fabian Ruiz. I would imagine Rodri would play there instead of Fabian Ruiz or Zubamendi. But that midfield for Spain, they're going to be at the top for years. Zubamendi, again, beautiful performance. The dribbling today was on display from Zubamendi. The calm, cool collectness. Great performance overall. Another guy to highlight before I talk more about the first half, Dean Huijsen, man, kind of went under the radar, I would say, this game. But his passing is something that I'm really excited to watch. And yeah, his passing is just incredible. The way he sees the field, his vision for a defender, very impressive. And yeah, Zubamendi got the first goal. Nuno Mendes just 5 minutes after responds with a thunderbolt strike. Neto finds him, and he finds a bit of space, missiles it to the right corner. Beautiful strike. And this guy, honestly, it's like he's a winger. Nuno Mendes, it's like he's a winger. He's not one of those fullbacks though, like Aït and those guys who just are incredible attackingly, but defensively are a liability. This guy's different. This guy, on both sides, he's locked down. He is the most complete fullback, I would say. Him and Hakimi, the fact they're on the same team is scary as well for the rest of Europe. But yeah, incredible strike from Nuno Mendes. And just before the half ends, Spain gets the lead again from Oyarzabal. This guy had a very, very good game as well. And Pedri gives a great pass to him. And it's 2-1 right before the half. Again, I thought Roberto Martinez's change in the second half was helpful for that defense. Because, again, you saw João Neves struggled. You saw Ignacio Inacio kind of struggled. He kind of struggled today. He was very good in that semifinals, but today he wasn't really on par. Nuno Mendes and Ruben Dias carried that defense, but those changes in the second half helped the defense out a lot, and you saw Portugal a lot more calm. And that's when in the 61st minute, Cristiano Ronaldo, from that incredible run from Nuno Mendes, gets the second goal. He says, calma, calma. I love that. I love that, and it's just quite unfortunate that Ronaldo had to go off later in the half, in the final minutes, due to injury. As I said, this guy played with an injury, man. He played with an injury. Huge credit to him. And the fact that he's 40 again, scoring as Germany and Spain, two top sides. Two sides that were back to win the Euros last year, and he's scoring against them. And there's people out there that's saying Ronaldo cannot play in Europe. Ronaldo cannot score anymore. Ronaldo cannot even compete in the highest level anymore. Those are all wrong. Yes, he plays in Saudi, but this guy is still at an incredible level. He's keeping his body in an incredible shape. Ronaldo still has a lot left. He has a lot left. Yes, he's 40, but in my opinion, he can play until 2 more years. And he's for sure going to play until 1 more season, because he's trying to get that 1,000 goal mark, which he will. He will. 1,000% he will. And after the second half ended, we all knew this game is probably going to penalties. It just seemed that way. Both sides, it was like they were waiting for penalties in extra time. And when it got there, I was so confident that Portugal will win this game because they have one guy in goal, Diego Costa. Unai Simon is good goal as well, but we saw Diego Costa in the Euros, what he did. This guy's incredible at saving pens. He's a really underrated goalie. I think he should get a bigger move. And this penalty shootout, we saw when Morata stepped up, great save. Great save. He could have probably saved the one from Isco as well, but overall, he made a crucial save, and Ruben Neves scores the last penalty, and Portugal win the Nations League. Every single Portugal penalty taker that stepped up, incredible pen. Incredible pen, unsavable. Bruno's pen was great. Vitinha's pen was incredible. Nuno Mendes' pen, unbelievable as well. They scored all 5 pens, which is, again, something that I feel like Portugal has lacked. We saw against France. These guys went out on pens. This was important for them. This was very important for the Portugal national team to gain this confidence. And going forward in the World Cup, in the Euros, this was an experience that was needed. That's why I like the Nations League a lot. I think it's very important to have. We'll see how the tournament, bodes well in the future to the public, but this game we're seeing talks of Lamine Yamal winning the Ballon d'Or because of beating Dembele in the semifinal. And if he won this final, bro, God knows what Barca fans would have done if Lamine Yamal won this final. Portugal won this final, and I don't think it has a huge impact on the Ballon d'Or. If it does, that'll be pretty interesting, but I don't think it does. Because if it did, Vitinha and Nuno Mendes would be the front runners for the Ballon d'Or at this very point. But honestly, I don't really see it. I don't think this tournament does a huge favor to Ballon d'Or contenders. I don't think France football sees this as a huge thing, or reporters in general. But people hating on Ronaldo for celebrating the Nations League in that manner, come on, bro. He hasn't won a trophy in a long time. In a long time. This trophy was very important for him. The fact he also scored in 2 of the most important games for them. Ronaldo, man. Ronaldo. Huge credit. And this matchup was one that will go down in history books, and we'll look back on it in 10 or 15 years, because Lamine Yamal will hit unbelievable levels. This guy is just way too good. He will hit unbelievable levels. And then when obviously Ronaldo has retired already, we're gonna look back on this and say, wow, this was a matchup for the history books. This probably will be the first time and maybe the last time we'll see those two guys together. Him and Messi will be very interesting as well. That will be so interesting next year. But I love this matchup. I love this matchup, and this was an incredible game today. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this game, and what do you think Portugal can do in the future, and also Spain. How can those teams perform in the World Cup? Today, I was impressed by both, to be honest. I was very impressed by both teams. Is Ronaldo the GOAT? I know Messi fans will go crazy about that, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe as always, and peace out. Hope you guys had a good day.